I'm here to talk to you today about a new ministry that we're hoping to start right here at Grace Bible Church. I'm John Wells, and I think most of you have seen me at the church here for the last possibly 30 years in various roles in ministry and activity. I'm also known throughout our community with any number of faces. For instance, many people in the community know me as Dr. Wells from Blair Animal Hospital. Other people may know me through my involvement in a number of hobbies, for instance, motorcycling, or my well-known interest in living history. And then, of course, I'm known for making music, not only here at church, but in other places as well. In fact, many of my most unusual and memorable faces have appeared right here on stage at Grace Bible Church in our drama productions. Here are some of those faces. But there are some faces of John that many of you have never seen. Here's one. Yep, that's me, the one without the beard. Or how about Cub Scout John? Or Newlywed John? Or even New Dad John? But there's one face that I've mostly kept hidden for you for all these years, and that's this one. That's me at Penn State University during my undergrad years. During that time, I was running from God and deeply involved in the drug culture for almost 3 years. And the summer after I left Penn State, I actually encountered Jesus Christ in an extraordinary way, almost a Damascus Road type experience. And from the moment that I gave my life to Him and asked Him to forgive my sins and start making me the person that He wanted me to be, I have turned my back on all of that and moved forward to be the person that most of you know. More recently, I've become involved with the situation that is developing in our communities and states and nation involving substance abuse. One of the reasons that has occurred is because we have a family member who has really struggled with alcohol dependence for a number of years. And through our involvement with Blair Drug and Alcohol Partnerships, as we sought to gain understanding and support for our own family situation and our own family member, we learned about the tremendous resources that are available here through that agency and through many other agencies across the nation that wish to help people who wrestle with this issue. But one thing that secular agencies can't do, primarily because they take funding from state and federal sources, is they can't be particularly vocal about the tremendous role that a personal, vibrant relationship with Jesus Christ can have in conquering issues of substance as well as other types of addiction. And that's where we have the potential to minister to people both within our congregation as well as outside, both those who are afflicted with a substance issue as well as those in their families and loved ones and circle of friends who are affected by their disease. And so our pastors have decided that we should pursue the opportunity here to develop a new ministry that we're going to call Recovery Through Grace. And in order to gain a better perspective on just how we might do that, we're actually enlisting the aid of Blair Drug and Alcohol Partnerships because they have the opportunity to provide us with teaching and training from a group called Faith Partners that basically helps congregations like ours across the entire country learn how to best and most effectively minister to those that are afflicted and affected by the disease of substance dependency. And so I'm asking you to consider what part you might have as we move forward in planning and developing different aspects of this ministry here at Grace Bible Church. And in order to help me do that, I would like to introduce Judy Rosser, who's the director of Blair Drug and Alcohol Partnerships. And it's really through Judy's agency that we have the funding available to have the training for our people as we get involved with this ministry.
Hello, my name is Judy Rosser. I'm with Blair Drug and Alcohol Partnerships, and I want to thank you for inviting me in today to talk to you. I'm working right now with a group of folks in our community on an initiative called Faith Partners. This information was provided to me through a conference, a national conference on prevention. And recently I've had a lot of individuals from the faith community coming up saying, what can we do about the substance use issue in our community? We believe that we should be doing something more. Faith Partners provides that piece of information that the congregation is looking for to help them understand how they can be part of the solution. And we want to thank you for Grace Bible signing on to this project. It is a process, it's not a program. It's really about how the church can grow the capacity of outreach around this issue, because the individuals with a substance use disorder are not just those individuals out there. They're also your neighbors or somebody right next to you in the pew, the family member who feels isolated that they can't talk about this issue. So we're starting this initiative in Blair County. We've already had 2 trainings of our teams, and the next step is now for congregations to go out and talk about in their congregations what is important to them. What pieces of this do they think that they really can do, whether it's prevention or early engagement of people who may be suffering, or making it okay to talk about it around the walls of our church. It may be looking at outreach programs that can bring individuals closer to God and build that spiritual foundation that they need in early recovery. This is important to me not just as the executive director for Blair Drug and Alcohol programs in our community, but personally too. I am a person in long-term recovery, and what that means is it's been 30 years since I've used drugs or alcohol. Because of that, I've been able to be a mother, a wife. I've been able to be somebody who gives back to my community and to be an advocate around this issue. And so I'm blessed by that. My people in recovery have very different pathways, and my pathways really was faith. I was invited early in recovery by somebody to an adult Sunday school class. Never had been in one, had grown up in the church, but had faded away from my relationship with Christ. And through his invitation to that Sunday school class, and through me attending that, those individuals didn't even realize that they were helping me in my early recovery. Through that, was able to rebuild that relationship with Christ, which has helped keep me on a strong foundation of recovery. Today, I manage my recovery on a daily basis, but I do it with the strength of my relationship in Christ. Thank you again for letting me come and speak with you today.
So please join with us in praying for it as we seek God's will, as we seek to develop this ministry in the most effective way possible. Our pastor is going to be having a lot more to say about this very, very soon. Thanks so much for your attention.